Welcome to the Scientific Investor Family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. As we talked, yeah, it is true. Those who have higher risk tolerance, they're making much money, but again, the risk is higher, right? The leverage is higher. But those playing with very decent risk tolerance, they are making decent gains. I mean, compared to their capital, they are making it good. I don't see this as a bad way. If you have 25 days and you can make this, that's not a bad thing because it's all automated, right? You go back, you go back, you go back. Say you want to go from that 25 days to these 10 days. I'm like, that's a decent ROI. You're still making 25% in 10 days. That's not bad, right? So depending on what you're looking at and what risk tolerance you have, people are making money automatically. They are executing my trades in an automated way. Our crypto market is crazy now. XRP just popped, XLM just popped, XDC just popped, and you're watching a lot of different assets in the crypto market starting to increase their momentum. Meme coins did that first. We talked about that. And before these pump, say for XDC, this was the call out in the SI family, saying XDC is preparing for a ride. Then, boom, it went up. Same, XLM. We called out for the macro double bottom just a few days back, and right now you're watching it popping. So if you want to take part of all these craziness and be there before it pops, use the Scientific Investor Family. 1,250 plus members are riding the wave with the SI. Say you're new to trading, this can substantially help you. Watch this. 4 days, and this guy has made 100% back. Just copying me. But yeah, obviously he would have taken higher leverage. Others with the same amount of leverage in 4 days made 10%, but very low risk. Yeah, some made 50% in 3 days. So you go back up to see like, okay, what does this mean for those who are following for 2 weeks, 3 weeks time? And I think this is what it actually means. In 25 days, some of these guys have made 50%, some of them have made 5x. So depending on your risk tolerance, automated trades, the decision from my end is being levered with your risk tolerance and risk-taking ability for sure. If you want to take part of that, be in the Scientific Investor Family from Platinum Plus and higher. We still have some slots there, and you can ride this wave with the SI family. Now, let's go back into the market and see what you can expect from the market or what you should be expecting. One of the clear idea which you should have is Bitcoin's move, and right now it is starting to go into a micro level of consolidation. Fine, you see the volume, right? You don't have the negative divergence, so don't get confused about that. The market can remain like this and do this, fine. But at that point, for that to be a negative divergence, you will see such an increase in price, fine. Now what does that mean on a weekly chart? Weekly chart and its story is more important. You're watching the weekly chart pushing higher into this range, 70 plus in the RSI, while the MACD is crossing back to the upside in the positive region. And not only all this, the macro trend. This trend line shows you the macro. Put that on a line and make it a little bit thicker. Do you see this? You had a fake out to the downside and now you're going to the upside. Put it on a monthly and you see the argument clearly. Okay, this is that parabolic phase which we waited for. Now what next? Right, the altcoin market is all that matters for most of us. And then that viewpoint, you pick up the altcoin market on a monthly, it's just about to start something big. Now, what do I mean? Look back here. You're right now at this position, 67, 68 in the RSI. And that means you're here. After that, you had the big pop. Yeah? So next is that phase. Now, if you zoom in on a weekly, you're like, whoa. It's not 5-6 weeks after this. Most likely, it's going to be next 3 to 5 weeks. It's going to start in next 3 weeks. It's going to kind of slow down in next 5 weeks. That's a possibility for the first leg up. So you will see this. What? Price starting to move and then slowing a bit down and then again pushing further to the upside. So you have the XLM here, which is a payment asset. You put it on a monthly and you see this. RSI, the strength is going parabolic. You pick up this on a weekly. You see you're in the overbought region. You're now back to these levels, 2022, 2021 levels. That means something. You go into the XDC, that's another payments asset, and you see the same, the macro double bottom. Yeah, those are not the micro small cap, but when you pick this up, you kind of get to see that 3-day chart showing XEC, a payment asset, is actually going into that region. So as soon as you see this entering to the upside, that is going to be a poppy choppy zone. The moment you see that weekly centering day, yeah, it's kind of final. The price is about to skyrocket. Now, how do you understand all these assets in different industries? Because you see a lot of them in red, you see a lot of them in green. So don't get confused. You need to understand which segment they fall. If they are all going into the Solana space, you can see this. You can look it through the other eyes. And you're like, fine. I kind of get some of these. If they are in the MEMS or they are in any different industries, say VAX, optimism, metaverse, or these ones are really of interest. But the trouble is you're not watching a lot of volume and momentum going in there. This is why specifically you'll have to go through these. Say there are 3 tokens. Right? They haven't actually gone live, but it's about to. So some of these coins may die, some of these coins may go crazy. So this is where you kind of use some of your profits, not the capital. When you trade and make money, put a little bit of capital here, maybe 3%, maybe 5%. Think about that. It can help you if it actually blows up. If it goes down to 0, yeah, it's your profits. But say you don't want to get all those risks right now. Fine, just come on to the altcoins. And you're a fan of, if you're a fan of USDC, you pick up that. If not, keep it on USDT and pick up one, which is right now the MEM side of the equation. You see a lot of these coins are starting to ride higher, 30, 40, 50, 60%. I mean, in 24 hours. That's not a small move. Now, if you want to try and find something which didn't move and which is trying to move, yeah, you come on, try picking something like this up and look what it's doing. And this is exactly where you get the idea. Okay, it is trying to break higher from one range. This is a key range. A breakout from here does mean something for this asset. Why? Because this has been a bull flag playing this way. A breakout here on a weekly chart would give you the certainty that, yeah, it's an extension. It's a continuation pattern. MACD is crossing back to the upside. So you use basic tools to understand this. You use basic tools to understand which segment the capital is moving. After that, yeah, if you want to trade, look at the volume. Who is winning now? Is it the sellers? Is it the buyers? Fine, now you zoom in. You want to see the volume and the sentiment at this point. If you want to buy an asset right now, you also want to see whether it's a good buy right now or not. If it's a good buy on the right now side and on the macro side, it's fine. Buy it and leave it. Let it ride. This is how the market is going to behave in next 2-3 months. If you're not in the SF family, if you're not in the copy trading and it seems a little bit tough, follow these. It's going to help you massively. Put it on a Heikin. When it's green, you enter. Till it turns red, you don't do anything, you just ride it. The market will try to push you to the corners, right? And let you make stupid decision. Don't go for that. Once you understand, that's your power. Say you pick up an asset like Ether. Look at what it's doing. I mean, honestly, this is one of those easiest times in crypto market where you just have to buy and hold to an asset because you're already watching the potential here. This was a trend line. This was a breakout. If you just bought it there and held onto that asset while it was traveling just above its moving average on a weekly, it's a 21-day moving average I'm using. You did very well. And if you closed it even, say you lost all the top and you closed it just when it was crossing below the moving average, you still made decent gains. And right now, you're just watching the price action breaking through the moving average. MACD crossing to the upside, RSI pushing to the upside, 3-day RSI reaching the overbought region. It is very interesting. As soon as you see the price pushing a bit up, most likely the RSI is about to enter the territory. And you already saw the total altcoin market is crazy now. It is in the overbought region on a 3-day. It's about to enter the overbought region on a weekly. With this amount of volume and strength, the sentiment is hot. You just have to buy, you just have to hold. Don't do anything stupid. Just hold on to it. Just make sure you're not actually buying things which are trending lower. You want to make sure the asset is trending higher. If you're picking something up which is trending lower, it's hard. You want to see higher highs. You want to see continuation. If it's slowing down and then putting lower lows, that's some concern. If you see a trend line and that trend line being broken, no, this is why I say watch different segments. If one segment is doing well enough and you can find an asset which is starting to perform in that category, it is going to help you massively. Again, maybe I can be wrong on this one, but the chart pattern it shows you says this is going to be a breakout and it's about to rally much higher. In a month to two, you will actually see this asset doing very well, maybe 100%, maybe 500%. But you'll see how you can pick an asset. This is going to help you massively. If you're going to find an asset which has done 50-60% already for the day, you're going to end up buying the dip or you're going to end up the top. If you wait to buy the dip, okay, that's completely fine, it's normal. But if you're buying the FOMO, you end up losing time. If you don't have time, it's going to be risky. If you have higher leverage, it's going to be super risky. So guys, if you want to get the proper charts at the right time, use the Scientific Investor family, use the link in the description below to jump in. If you like the content, if you receive value, smash the like button. I'll meet you guys on next video. Bye for now.